Kimi K3 is open weight today, and it's available day 0 on Fireworks for both inference and training. All of it US hosted with zero data retention. And today, I'm going to show you how to set it up on Fireworks. The next frontier in AI is specialized intelligence, not just chasing a bigger, more expensive closed model. With K3, you can train it on your own data and own your roadmap, instead of renting it from a closed lab. But none of that matters unless the model is actually good. So let's start there. On real coding and agent work, K3 goes toe-to-toe with Fable 5. Give them both a batch of real bugs to fix, and K3 solves 92.4% of them. Fable solves 92.6%. It's basically a tie, except K3 cost a fraction of the price. We ran both models through the same harness on about 1,000 real tasks, and they turned out to be good at different things. K3 is sharpest on symbolic math, dev tooling, and long terminal work. Fable pulls ahead on web and data visualization. So instead of picking one, you route. You send each task to whichever model handles it best, and you end up above both of them. In our study, routing between K3 and Fable 5 hit 93% accuracy, and it sent most of the work to K3, the lower cost option. And that's the number that actually matters. Not the price per token, but the cost per task that succeeds. The lowest price per token means nothing if you're paying for it 3 times. Route to the right model and you get top tier quality on the first try, while paying a lower rate. An open model like K3 becomes your default, and a router tuned to your work is what really sets you apart. So how do you actually run it? Well, however you run it, one thing stays true. It can be completely US hosted with zero data retention. Fireworks just launched US only serverless endpoints, starting with K3. So teams in regulated industries like finance or healthcare get US located inference, and we never hold on to your data. Beyond that, running it is simple. The easiest way is serverless. You make an API key, send a request, and you're going. No servers or GPUs to set up. You just pay for the tokens you use, the same way you would with Claude or OpenAI. If you want more speed, there's fast serverless. If you want more reliability, there's priority serverless. And this is independently verified. Artificial analysis clocks Fireworks as the fastest way to run K3 at 165 tokens per second. And this year we've raised the default rate limits by more than 10 times, so you won't hit a wall as you scale up. For big jobs that don't need an instant answer, there's batch mode, which cuts your token costs in half. Great for running evals or using K3's vision to process images in bulk. You can even mix and match. GLM 5.2 fast for real-time agent loops, and K3 in batch mode for heavy document parsing. So that covers running K3 out of the box. But you can go further. You can fine-tune K3 on your own data right here in Fireworks self-serve through the same SDK you already use. Fine-tuning a model this size usually means wrangling GPU quotas, standing up training environments, and paying for expensive capacity that sits idle in between runs. And that overhead often costs more than the actual training. So our serverless training API takes all of that off your plate. You point a standard Python loop at one endpoint, attach to a warm pool of GPUs in seconds, and pay per token instead of by the reserved hour. Most of the time, you're training a LoRA adapter, a thin layer that costs less to train, less to serve, and is still powerful enough for meaningful K3 post-training. Moving your workflow over is basically a one-line code change. And because training and serving live on one platform, the model you fine-tune is ready to run right away. That means you can take a frontier open model, train it on your own data, and end up with something competitors can't just buy off the shelf. So that's Kimi K3 on Fireworks, a frontier model you can run, route, and make your own all in one place. Get started today at fireworks.ai. Thank you for watching.